Hey great people, welcome back. Today we are going to make this amazing ribbed beanie. So let us begin. I'm going to make the one in color blue and black. So we are beginning with our foundation chains and of course make a knot. And then we are going to chain 40. So plus 1, that should be 41. We are going to make 40 plus 1. So you should have 41 chains as your foundation chain. So remember, it is for a 0 to 3 month old baby. I have my 41 chains. So I'm going to make a single crochet in the second chain from the hook, and I'm going into back loops, as you can see. So this is my second, third. So I'm going to make 30 single crochets in the back loops. 30 single crochets in the back loops. Remember, I began with 41, so at the end we should have 40, but we're going to make single crochets in the first 30. Yeah, in the first 30. So let me meet you at the 30th. So I've already done my 30 and I'm going to place a stitch marker. So I didn't have a stitch marker. I used a contrasting color of yarn. But if you have a stitch marker, kindly use that. It will make your work so easy. After that, we are going to make slip stitches in the rest. So we have 30 single crochets, meaning we are remaining with 10. So in the next 10, we are going to make slip stitches, and remember, you're going into the back loop. Remember, you're going into the back loop. So this is it. You make slip stitches until you're at the end of your row. I am at the end of the row, so you can begin on row 2. So you chain 1 and turn your work, and into the very first stitch we are going to go into the back loop, as you can see, and make a slip stitch. Into the next we make another slip stitch, and continue doing so until we come to the point where you have our stitch marker, or we continue making slip stitches until you have 10 of them. So I have done my 10, so I'm just going to go. So you can see my stitch mark is in the next chain or stitch, so I'll just begin my single crochets, but remember, into the back loop, so I'm going to return my stitch marker where it was, or in the chain, in the stitch where it was. So always remember to replace it so that you don't get confused. So we are making now single crochets through the back loop. We are making single crochets through the back loop. So I'm at the end of the row. So begin on row 3, but I'm going to change to black. You can use one color if you wish, like the one I've done in yellow, but I wanted at least something different, so I blended blue and black. So I've joined my black yarn, chain 1 and turn. Remember, we are going into the back loop. So at the beginning we are making single crochets through the back loop. Single crochet in the first 30, in the first 30 we are making single crochets. So let me meet you where we have the stitch marker. So I'm at this point, and you can see the stitch marker is in the next. So I'm just going to finish off with the last single crochet in the back loop, and then change the position of the stitch marker to the current position, as you can see at this point. So from here now, instead of making 10 slip stitches in the back loop, we are going to make 5. So this is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are going to reach at this point, then chain 1 and turn our work. So into the 5 slip stitches we are also going to make other 5, but remember, through the back loop. So we make slip stitches in through the back loop until we are at our stitch marker, as you can see. So here you have the stitch marker. We make our first single crochet through the back loop, and remember to replace or change the position of your stitch marker as you grow on your rows. Remember to do that. Then we continue. So in the remaining stitches, just make single crochets through the back loop. Make 1 single crochet in every stitch through the back loop. I am at the end, so we begin another row. So at this point I'm going to use now blue. So realize I did not cut it off. You simply do as I have done and continue the work. So chain 1 and turn. So in the first 20 we are going to make 20 single crochets in every stitch through the back loop. So it means 1 single crochet in every stitch up to the 20th through the back loop. So continue until you're at your stitch marker. So already done and replaced back. So I'm going to make now slip stitches in the next 10. Remember we had done in black up to the 5th one. So you just make 5. You make the first 5, as you can see, through the black yarn. So this is the 5th. Slip stitches sometimes can be so difficult, but take your time to ensure you have the correct thing. So I've already done the first 5 slip stitches, but I have to continue until I have 10 of them. So I just continue now in the row with color blue. Have you seen that? Yeah, so just continue in the other row and then finish up to the last one. So at the end of the row you should have 10 slip stitches. So basically this is what you're going to repeat through and through until you have the size or the diameter or the circumference of your head. So I've gone up to around 58 rows. Remember, it is 0 to 3 months. Yeah, I've done around 58 rows. So this is my right side and this is my wrong side. As you can see, the contrasting color of black and blue. So I'm going to join the 2 parts. And remember, wrong side, outside. Wrong side, outside. I will be joining the 2 and I'm just going to crochet them together, and I will be using single crochets to join the 2 parts. So we cut our blue yarn and then I'm using the black one to join them together. So I go through this and grab my black yarn and just pull through. Like this. Then grab, as you can see. So ensure that you go into both of the panels or into both of the sections. Ensure you go through both. And as I told you, I'm going to use single crochet. So take your time, ensure that your crochet needle goes through both of them, as you can see. So pull and then just use single crochet again. So I'm going to do this until I'm at the end or until I'm at the top part. I'm going to repeat this, and remember, do not skip any stitch, please. Do not skip any stitch. Do not skip any stitch. I expect that the total number of stitches on either side or on each side is the same, because it is the same thing we've been doing. So I'm at the top, and this is how it looks like, so neat. So we're just going to now close this hole, and I'm going to leave some allowance of the yarn so that I can use it to close the hole, and I'll be using the darning needle to do that. So here I am. So I'm just going to use this criteria. You can see it's like zigzag. Yeah, going to each crest, but look at the motion of the needle. Look at the motion of the needle, and then just pull your yarn again. As you can see, it's kind of zigzag. It's kind of zigzag, and then you pull your yarn. So you repeat that until you're at the end of the circle, and then you tightly pull your yarn so that the hole is closed. Yeah, so that the hole is closed. So here I am. Let us pull it so that it closes so well. You can see, totally closed, totally closed, totally closed, totally closed. So I'm just doing this to ensure that it is closed, it is totally closed. Yeah, just ensure that it doesn't open up. It doesn't open up, so you can see. So I'm just going to cut it off and further tighten it. Make it firm so you can weave in your endings or just cut your yarn. So this is it. So I'm just going to change it to the right side now. Going to change it to the right side. As you can see, it is closed, very well closed. And this is it, guys. Very simple, very quick. Yes, you can make this in different sizes depending on the circumference of your head. So this is what we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please, if you did, thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and share my content. Thank you so much for staying with us up to this moment. I'm grateful for those who for those who have subscribed. I'm grateful for those who comment, for those who like, and for those who share. Thank you so much, and God bless you so much for me. You are so special and great to me. So I also made another one in yellow, and this is the result. I loved it so much. You can make yours. Bye.